Hello, listeners. It's Noelle, the player of Vivian. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy whatever holidays you celebrate. I'm clapping my hands. I don't know if you can pick it up. Gonna try to stop that. So excited. This is my favorite time of year. It's kind of in my name. My name's Noelle, if you didn't know. It's a little Christmassy. I hope you all are having a wonderful time and staying warm and cozy, unless you like it cold, and then I hope you're frigid. You know the drill. Thank you to the boys at Midnight Syndicate for the awesome music. You can find their stuff at midnightsyndicate.com. Thank you to Sword Coast Soundscapes. You can listen to his stuff at youtube.com/swordcoastsoundscapes. Looking here on our iTunes reviews, it looks like we've got a total of 9. Thank you to the 9 that did that. I know one of them's Philip. If anyone else happens to have it's not iTunes anymore, is it? It's that Apple Podcast. If anyone has an Apple Podcast subscription, please go rate and subscribe us there. It helps other users out there find us so that we can keep growing this awesome show. All right, that's enough for me. Here's the episode. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Have a great night. Oh my goodness, y'all.
What happened?
Richard and I were visiting some friends this past weekend, and we played Pathfinder 2nd Edition, like all weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, 3 days long.
Yeah, it was a homebrew by our friend Ross. Super fantastic story that he came up with, but it was Pathfinder 2nd Edition, and so my brain has melted.
Do you remember how to play 1st edition?
Maybe.
Okay. Well, I think that's important.
I think I would be in trouble if I was playing a bard, which is what I played in 2nd edition. And overall, my assessment is, well, to be honest, I have mixed feelings.
About 2nd edition?
Yes.
I think a lot of people do.
Yeah, and I think, Richard, we were talking about it a lot during the weekend, obviously. I think the feeling I came away with is that I think it's a solid system, and I think it resolves a lot of issues that 1st edition has.
Like channel and only doing one thing?
Mm-hmm. But I feel like I don't know if this system's going to be easier for new people to get into Pathfinder. Or that they're going to... I don't know if it's going to hook them the same way. Like, get them hooked on it. Like drugs. I feel like in Pathfinder 1st edition, starting even at level 1, you're an above average person. Like, you're weak for your class, but you're on your way to becoming a full-fledged superhero. In 2nd edition, with the way that the skills work, with the trained and experienced and mastery stuff, it makes me feel like, no, you're just an average person, but try really hard and, stick to your studies, and then one day you'll be an okay person.
Speaking of your skills and stuff, did it still take an hour just to create one character?
Oh, yeah.
I would say it's quicker to create a character than it is in 1st edition, if purely for the fact that there are fewer options.
Well, I have a program that helps me so much.
Yeah, so sort of my assessment, and so we're not super experienced with the new system, but we played half of the playtest, and, we've played a couple of games since then, including this 3-day-long campaign. I don't think it's going to fully replace 1st edition. I think there are going to be people who continue to play 1st edition, not just out of loyalty, just because they prefer it. I may end up being one of those people. It's far more logically internally consistent, which certainly helps. And you were talking about new people coming in on it. Once you understand the initial logic of the proficiency system, you basically understand everything. So that is definitely a strong point of it, is that it's all consistent once you understand that first point. Mm-hmm. What I don't like about it is everything is so level dependent, and it's like the peaks and valleys are all ironed out. It's all very it's all like flat. Yeah, flat, exactly. Thank you. Like, at level 4 everything is going to be just about the same, too high or too lower, like regardless. Yeah,
it's somehow overall I think it feels more everything's the same. It doesn't feel like there's as much
monochrome.
Variety. Yeah, monochrome. And I think there's one of the things we discussed over the weekend is the fact that obviously they're going to be developing new books and new materials and new, the new classes. I think they're working on the play test right now of the the witch and the investigator and one more. I can't think of it right now. But they've just released like the first run of those characters. But just an example, in our campaign we were playing, I was playing a bard, which they work off the occult spell list, and then we had a witch, and she was also working off the occult spell list. So we had the same spells to work from, and so it just worked out that way. Obviously, if you're doing a different campaign, you'd want to consider your character party makeup a little bit more, rather than the spur of the moment thing we did. But I was just thinking, like, you consider sorcerers. Or clerics. And I think clerics are a better example because clerics always work from the same spell list. Like I don't find that clerics feel very the same because I don't know. They don't feel the same from each other. There's a lot of ways to make them feel unique. And during this campaign, it's like, well, what's the difference between the witch and the bard? Really?
A patron?
Yeah. No, I thank you, Philip.
You're welcome.
But of course, these are the things that were frustrating. The 3-action economy just cannot be praised enough. It is so fantastic.
Yeah, that's what I really liked about it. Except for the spell part. I didn't think that hand waving and talking should be two different things. But what were you going to say, Elizabeth? I'm sorry.
Would you
hybridize?
What?
Take the parts you like from 2 and just add it into 1.
Well, you can kind of do that already with the Pathfinder Unchained rules. Yeah, like the 3-action economy already exists in Pathfinder Unchained.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. They put it in 2nd edition, but they'd already come up with it in its, what's the word?
Infancy?
In its infancy in the Pathfinder Unchained rules. Thank you, Philip. Sort of another thing that I was really thinking about, along with everything being so level dependent, is boss battles become so much more brutal, I think is just the best way to say it, because like they're 2-3 levels higher than you, so everything about them is 2 or 3 points higher than yours. All of their saves and the spell DCs for the effects that they're doing on you. So you have a 45% chance to crit fail a save every single time something happens, and it's just so intense. And it's not like there are a lot of enemies in 1st edition which have glaring, outstanding weaknesses that, like their reflex save is really low or their touch AC is really low. There's nothing like that at all in 2nd edition. The way the proficiency system works, you can't target a mechanical weakness like that. They have weaknesses added in, like weak to fire or weak to silver or weak to cold iron or something like that. And that's fun, and I like that addition. But it just, like, the idea that a giant and a unicorn of the same level are going to be really close in terms of like their reflex save just is weird to me. But that's how the system plays out.
Yeah. But I was really happy to have the opportunity to really get to flush out and play with the new mechanics, because before I'd only played in a couple of hour-long sessions. It was good to have a nice long session to really understand how my character works, how to balance the actions in the round and things like that. I got super cranky about focus spells or focus points in general, but I'm interested to see how it goes. I would definitely be open to playing it more. I'm still kind of wary, I think is my feeling. Not even wary, just I don't know. There's parts about it I really like. There's parts about it I just find interesting. The way that wands work now and staves, I find it's a different way to work. I think theologically, I like how it works in 1st edition more.
It's Pathfinder's religion now.
Yeah, but the way it works in 2e makes sense with those mechanics. Like, I think it fits nicely together.
Yeah, there's a lot to praise about it. 3-action economy, I like that they took attack of opportunity away from most creatures.
Yeah.
It only exists on certain appropriate creatures. Really opens up the battlefield, so you're not just 5-foot step full attack every round. So, like I said, I don't think it's going to be a full replacement for Pathfinder 1st edition. I think it's just, it's going to be you prefer one or the other. So that's enough about that system. Let's get back into ours.
So we're not going to do 2nd edition on book 3?
No.
I am not converting all of this over.
So when last we left off, we'd received a 4-way hero card.
Oh, yeah. It was like super powerful.
Yes. So this hero card that you all received is called the Uprising. It looks like basically an angry mob with pitchforks and torches and all of that. And fire.
And it's all in red scale.
It is. It is a Hammers card, so it's a strength card. It is the chaotic neutral card of strength. It represents overwhelming strength that catches the subject up in something much more powerful.
So like a mob.
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
As depicted on the card.
As depicted on the card. So it's fitting that it's a mob kind of card, since it's used, this card will be used by all 4 of you. To turn this one in, everyone has to make the decision to use the card. Only usable once. So it's not just one person can decide, let's use this card. It has to be a group decision to use it.
Is it majority rule or unanimous vote?
I'd say unanimous.
Yeah,
everyone has to agree. It doesn't say.
Yeah, it sounded like unanimous. So
Because basically what happened was the card split into 4, and so you have to put your
piece
down in order for it to come back together for it to work.
And what
was the bonus again?
Yes, what do we have to decide to do? For
this one is different than a typical strength card. For this one, this specific card can be played to grant all of the PCs a +1 bonus on attack and damage rolls for the duration of the combat. Also, if you are outnumbered, so there are more foes than you, then that becomes a +2 bonus.
So cool. So cool. So we need to fight a boss battle like the 2 witches in Zelda? I don't remember which Zelda game that was.
That was Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. They were scary.
Oh, is it Majora's Mask?
No, the 2 witch battle was in Ocarina of Time.
Okay, I was right.
The Mirror Shield.
Yes.
Is it which temple is that?
The desert one.
The Spirit Temple.
That's what I was thinking, the Spirit Temple. The desert one.
I was getting it mixed up with the bog, but that's in Majora's Mask, but that was the Gorgon mask, the bull, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the witch model was still used there.
Yeah, that's probably where I'm seeing it.
Yeah, that was an interesting one because they slapped it together using all the assets of the previous one. Very low budget.
Are they?
Very good game.
Yes.
Weren't those witches, like, pretty and then ugly?
They were Ganon's mom.
In a scene?
He had 2 mommies.
Really?
I think so. Don't quote me on it. I know that we can look it up, but I don't want to.
But I just thought, like, I'm trying to remember that fight. Like, don't they look pretty at first and then they become ugly?
I think you might be right. It's been a while.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a good game. Good game.
Or aren't they pretty when they merge or something like that? Like fusion?
Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, I think you're right.
Email and correct us.
Anyway, I don't know how we got off on that. I just really like Zelda.
Me too.
Me 3.
That's so cool. Also, the mob card, I feel, is fitting, or just being a strength card is fitting as we're moving into book 2. We're powered up, got some new skills to practice, all that good stuff. So, got the card, and it was given to us by the 4-armed...
Queen something or other?
Is she
Princess
blue?
something?
I always imagine that she's blue.
Sure.
Who's blue?
The 4-armed lady.
Oh.
That gave us the card.
Princess Sajir.
Princess Sajir.
That was very nice of her.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, she was floating. She gave us the card. Phrasma spoke through her, and
she had no memory of the incident.
And here we are.
Here we are.
Was she changed by the incident? Could she now really see the future?
We don't know yet.
So is she still floating?
No, because she came back onto the ground after handing out the card.
Wait, if she had 4 arms, and there's 4 of us, and the 4 pieces make 1 card, did she hand each one of us a card with each one of her hands? Yes,
she did give a card to each of you in one of her 4 hands.
I mean, that's the only way to do it when you have 4 hands.
Obviously. Mm-hmm. So it's basically, I feel like she had 2 hands, shuffling the cards, and the other 2 were going over the crystal ball. And then when this card kind of appeared, all 4 hands kind of just went to that one card.
Yeah.
And then they each pulled, and it separated into 4, and 1 kind of went to each of you.
Yeah, and I picture it's not like it tore. It was like it was glowing and magically cleanly broke apart.
Yes, it's separated.
It's separated. Because especially, like, I think I mentioned last episode, it didn't separate into 4 pieces of a card. It's the full card in just 4 smaller versions.
Ooh, I don't think I pictured that.
I was picturing it was pieces of a card, and mine said best, and she said friends, and she said 4, and his said ever.
Ever and ever and ever.
No, that's just what Renly's going to write on the back of each of them.
Take that Sharpie away from him.
Don't touch my card. And is this Renly's first time experiencing a hero card given?
A hero card, yes. Magic, no.
This is an old hat for the rest of us, but this is a deity.
But he did get his brother's card.
But that was just me handing it to you.
That's true. Wasn't as spectacular Vivian. When Viv did it.
Is this his first time seeing a god talking through a vessel?
Maybe. I don't know.
Ooh. Well, so what's his response when this happens?
He is curious, awe, a little bit scared, and a tad gassy.
I warned you to stay away from those mushrooms.
Vivian's close to tears again. She finds it thrilling every time this happens, and it's so exciting that it keeps happening.
No, this is a thing that happens to us from time to time.
It's very fascinating. So, the goddess speaks through her. Why does she speak to you?
That is not clear to us yet, but we seem to be chosen for Pharasma's mission.
Yes, we seem to have been deemed as some sort of chosen vessels to right some wrong.
Well, I mean, that's what I was born to do.
Well, I guess you're in good company.
Thank you, Princess Sajir. You've blessed us today, and as we have been blessed, so have you.
So she, slowly makes her way back to the ground. She's no longer floating. She seems very dazed.
And confused?
Very confused. But she's not high anymore because she's back on the ground.
It'd be a lot cooler if she
Get her
was.
some water.
That's true.
She lost some altitude.
A little bit.
Vivian steps forward and grabs one of her hands and is patting it. She's like, "Are you okay?"
I believe so.
Zenobia finds a water bottle, pours her a drink.
I thought she was going to splash it in her face.
Wake up!
Puts it in another hand.
What happened?
Vivian's smiling and crying, and she's like, "Oh, it's very exciting. You were a vessel for the Lady of Graves. She spoke through you."
So the thing you must know is we're kind of a big deal.
Roderick's known for his humbleness. We're going to move him to the back of the room.
I see. But I do not worship Pharasma.
Neither do I.
Nor do I.
Me neither.
Likewise.
Really? You don't worship Pharasma?
No.
Oh, right. You worship Torog.
Torog. We've been over and over and over this.
Yeah, well, I forgot. Because he's no Shaylin. It does not seem to...
He's not even a Desna.
That doesn't seem to have mattered, because she has been with us for at least 2 weeks, giving us messages in this similar fashion.
I just got here.
Yeah, that's true. This was your first time witnessing this.
It was, and it was very fascinating. So you didn't feel anything? Did you see us? Could you? I want to know everything.
I was shuffling the cards. I was looking into the crystal ball.
Renly touches your face.
What?
He's taking your temperature.
Oh.
he's trying to get all of this information.
I just kind of assumed you're just palming.
I imagined
counting her blinks.
I imagined one finger on the lips, like shh.
No, touches your forehead like he's taking your temperature. Puts a finger. No, he doesn't do that.
No, it's very rude.
It was very rude.
She was talking.
That's why he stopped.
She was talking, and you just started touching her.
Yes. No, but I mean that's
what my character would do.
Character needs to learn some physical boundaries.
Limits, really.
Say,
Holy smokes.
This is my zone.
How dare you? I am a princess.
That's true. You just touched a princess.
Not without my permission.
I'm a
Isn't
prince.
That the fifth element?
Ectogamat.
Ectogamat.
I feel fine.
You look fine.
I'm a little confused.
Are you thirsty? Zenobia, did you bring her the water?
I did.
Thank you. I appreciate this.
Do you feel violated?
No, I feel a sense of peace.
Oh, that's nice.
That's wonderful. Vivian's softly clapping her hands.
Does it make you want to rethink your religion?
That's a very personal question, Renly.
No, I don't know Pharasma personally, but I feel like she and Aurori would get along just fine.
I think so, but yeah.
There aren't many deities that do not get along with Pharasma. She sort of stays out of most deific politics. She really only hates the undead. That is her style.
Well, I know she and Shaylin are friends.
She, as I have come to know, is more well versed in the afterlife, with life and death and its cycles, whereas Aurori is more focused on perfecting this life and being the best version of you that you can be. And that is what I strive to become.
That's wonderful. What a wonderful way to live.
I find that to be very admirable.
But if I am going to have deities speaking through me, perhaps I should upgrade my my divination equipment.
I agree. Maybe a 10-centimeter crystal ball.
I think that is a wonderful idea. Something that could fit in all 4 hands.
Bigger than a bowling ball.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Maybe with a skull in the center.
Oh, I don't like that. A flower.
Wait,
flower.
Isn't Pharasma the bone throne lady?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, she'd like that.
She doesn't worship the Pharasma. She worships Aurori.
Oh, that's true.
So as this scene was unfolding, Roderick's seen the Pharasma thing before. It's not that he's unimpressed, but he's seen it before. He's been more watching Renly and his investigative nature into what happened.
Renly is biting the card like a coin.
Seeing if it's real.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
What would happen if I tore it?
Renly, don't do that.
I'm not going to. I'm just curious to see if, like, maybe a coin. No.
I appreciate the curiosity, but these are very powerful artifacts, and I do not wish to risk their benefits for the sake of investigation.
We also want to respect the goddess.
I mean, is all due respect. I just want to know how it works and how this helps us and how I can use this to better all of us.
I'm imagining in Napoleon Dynamite when he tries to run over the Tupperware. It's like, I'm respectfully trying to tear this card in half.
I'm respectfully taking it away from you if you keep trying to mutilate it.
Goes into mom mode again.
Anyway, thank you so much, Princess. Is there anything we can do? Before we leave you for the evening? Do you need a cookie?
A cookie sounds nice.
I'm gonna go get you a cookie.
And perhaps some tea?
Yes. Vivian goes out and starts rummaging through the stocks for these items and brings them back and then tucks her into bed. All 4 arms.
She got a teddy bear under each arm.
It's interesting enough is, in my opinion, the symbol of Aurori looks like how I kind of described the crystal ball.
Oh, that's weird.
It's got a hand in it.
That's not a skull, though. Yeah, it's a hand.
That makes sense.
But it's just with the blue light through the crystal
yeah,
ball.
That's super cool.
So, are we walking out of the wagon now?
I suppose so. I mean, you guys can stay as long as you want. She's not going to kick you out until she pushes all 4 of you out with her hands.
1 hand each. So,
as we walk out, I want to talk just with the 4 of us. I want to suggest that we give this troop the items that we found in the spider nest.
What items did we get in the spider nest?
They seem to be a very desperate group, and maybe they can make some money off of these things, and they lost their...
Were there magic
companion.
items in the spider nest?
Other than the potion, which you should keep. The fox's cunning.
I think I agree with the sentiment, Zenobia, but I am concerned that were this troop to come forward with just these items, that they might be accused of theft if the culture here already does not trust them. It might be better to give them gold value for these items rather than the items themselves.
I think that they could at least keep the walnut case with the keys and locks. That sounds a very carnival thing.
I mean, it is shaped like a walnut.
Yeah, it's funny.
And the weights they can use in their trade.
Yeah, and
people.
what's not carnival about the magnifying glass?
It could be a prize at the ring toss.
Well, they have a flea circus.
Roderick has been to so many carnivals. Oh boy, look at the whimsy of this magnifying glass.
Do you think there's a lot to do up in northern Ustalav?
Ustalav?
Northern Ustalav.
They don't have to sell them. I just think these would be more useful to them than they are to us.
Well, really, what are we going to do with a giant walnut?
Other than sell it, and yes.
Put a baby in it, because then it would look cute.
Don't forget, it had the superior locks in it, too.
Superior.
They're working on a Houdini bit.
That'd be fun. Hey, we could give them the straitjacket. Should have kept that.
Yeah, it's back in Ustalav. Or
no.
Back in Ravengrove.
We're in Ustalav. All right. I think that's a wonderful idea, Zenobia. So, we'll do that. I think basically we just don't take them. Leave them.
Just sort of like, we found these items along with the unfortunate demise of your friend.
We
found the demise, or we found the body that demised?
I was trying to be sensitive. Thank you, Vivian.
That's not Vivian's voice.
That wasn't Vivian.
In any case, they are not much use to us, but they may be useful for you for one reason or another.
We appreciate this. Thank you.
Use the magnifying glass for the fleece.
That is a excellent idea. Perfect for the kiddies.
Be careful that you don't put it in front of the sun.
Ah, yes, good idea.
It'll sizzle the farm.
It's a night circus.
In any case,
Good. Protected.
in any case, we will happily accompany you for the remainder of the journey to Lepidstadt. We appreciate the company.
We appreciate the protection.
We are good at that.
And with that, after the hero cards being given and the walnut being given away, Vivian's ready to go to sleep.
A nap.
Yeah, and we're with this group, but I imagine we have our own little camp circle, like with just us.
Mm-hmm. Like just a little bit away, a couple campfires.
Yeah.
And we were congregating, but now we're kind of getting settled down for the night, so we're
not away from them, but it's clear that we're on our own circle.
we're near our cart.
Yeah, that doesn't have a horse right now. It will tomorrow morning.
So I was thinking about that. It's like, does it go for the closest one? Will it take their horse?
What if it takes
Put
a
it on our
bad
cart?
horse? like just a stubborn old mare.
Oh, yeah. Could happen.
Roderick is under the impression that it grabs a horse that is not doing anything for the next 8 hours. It's already unoccupied.
It's already not busy.
What if it was a horse that had been like working all day, and then you call it, and then it's just really
No, stop it! You're
tired?
breaking the
Then the
illusion.
horse would be really, really mad.
So that's really funny. I
Bite
forgot
you.
that's how that spell worked. So Vivian she's tired, she's sad. She's not sad, but it's been a long day. Lots of emotions up and down. So she's gone from tragedy to euphoria to just cold and on the road again. So
the road again.
she's cocooned up in her little sleeping bag and is snoring lightly. It's the most beautiful snoring you've ever heard.
So what is Renly doing?
Renly is just looking around. He has a bad habit of opening things and looking inside and reaching like his hands down through the cushions in a couch, and pulling things out, and he's very curious. So that's what he's doing. He's still trying to learn all that he can. He probably was playing with the walnut case. The walnut case, and unlocking and locking the locks and all that stuff. Just he's very fidgety.
So after we give away the walnut case, though, what's he fidgeting with at the campfire?
The campfire.
He's throwing things in. He's in his personal effects, and he's writing stuff down and doing a little journal. Yeah, dear diary. Today I met a four-armed lady.
So Roderick sort of approaches Renly. It's like, you were very interesting to observe in battle over the past couple of days.
Would you mean Carrie?
Yes.
I forgot her name.
Yes.
I have more questions than that, but that is one of them.
What would you like to know?
So this transformation, what utility does it serve?
Well, it helps me become somebody else. This helm that I wear all the time, that I'm wearing right now, it's a hat of disguise. So I can just change my appearance. He touches it. He changes his appearance to the lady with the forearms. So it allows me. It helps me change. And do you ever feel that you're not yourself unless you're somebody else?
Absolutely not.
Well, that's kind of what it does for me. If these existed, he would compare it to a superhero changing into an outfit.
They have the
Vigilante
class. Thank you, Noel.
It's kind of like a vigilante. I change into this strong, severe woman, and I can do anything.
And you can't do that now.
I couldn't at first because I don't know if Thurskill told you, but I'm the heir apparent of our tribe. I'm going to be king one day. I never wanted that. I wanted to play music and learn and just I love the part of our tribe where we travel around. And one day I came across this helm, this hat. And when I put it on and touched it and thought of something else, I became that. So what I would do is whenever we were close to a town, I would sneak off and I would perform in a tavern as different people all the time, but it always ended up being a woman.
Well, for what it's worth, From my studies, it appears that a learned person who does not lust for power is the perfect person to be granted power.
It's not that I'm not going to fulfill my duty. I mean, I'm the only one left. I have to. But I'm very excited to be with you, with all of you. To just try something different. Try and be the real Renly.
Well, as far as different, your abilities are certainly different from what we're accustomed to dealing with.
Are you talking about this? And he shows his tattoo.
Yes, that is another part of it. I suspected that might have something to do with the fact that you were floating 20 feet in the air during the last battle.
Not really. I learned to rage and fly. That this doesn't have anything to do with that. This is power granted to me to try and help my brother. It was...
And he needed a lot of help?
Well, when he left, I was sent to find him by both our father and his mother.
His mother.
His mother.
Is different than yours.
Yes, he's my half-brother. But his mother's a demon.
Mm-hmm. I sort of picked up on that when I first met him. I said I'd noticed that there was something different in his makeup.
He didn't really know that he was a demon. And the only way that I knew was that she came to me when he left.
What? She's a demon?
Yeah, he was cross-blooded, yes.
Thurskill was half Aasimar and half demon.
Yes, angel and demon.
And this explains his garbage will save.
Yes, it does explain his garbage will save.
He fell for every single enchantment in the book.
Yes, but yeah, he was firstborn, half demon, half Aasimar. His mother's locked away and can't find him himself. That's why.
But she spoke to Renly.
Yes, she spoke to she's. So on the night that I was sent for my brother, I was playing my flute, and all of a sudden everything around me changed. I was in a different location, and she was there. I saw her. She looked kind of like what I turn into. She's just dark,
Imposing.
Just dark, imposing. I don't want to say evil because at least she says she's trying to redeem herself.
They always say that.
But all she wanted to see was her boy. She just wanted me to bring back her boy because she sensed that he was in trouble.
The motherly instinct. It makes sense.
But the bat.
Roderick is so cool, calm, and collected, no matter the circumstance.
I feel like we have an emotional intellectual versus a non-emotional intellectual, and that's the dialogue we're having.
Your half-brother's mom's a demon?
Yeah, the tattoo, and it pops out and starts to flutter around.
Ugh.
That is something else.
This is Saren.
Saren.
Yes. It was actually her familiar. We're not really close. But he's to aid me in this whole journey. To help. Well, I mean, I guess I failed because we were too late to help.
You're a very complicated individual, I can tell.
Oh, yeah, no, sometimes I lose track of my story too.
Did Renly say that, or did Philip say that?
Both of us said that. So after it flutters around for a bit, it flies back into his chest. So long as it's in me, it really can't get hurt. We're one. And you can actually tell a difference in his face and appearance, that when it's merged with him, he takes on like pointier ears and sharper teeth.
And a flatter nose.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and a flatter nose, and he can close his eyes and just scream and know where he's at. But yeah, because part of so metagaming, I guess, my character is a synergist witch, which.
That is so complicated. I don't even know what that is.
That's where you can merge with your familiar, basically.
Oh my goodness.
So your familiar becomes part of you and you take on aspects. Like, if I were to take, like, this up, I could eventually start turning into a bat person.
So you'd be Batman?
Yes, I'm Batman.
And Batwoman.
And all of them. I'm Bat Person. I'm gender-neutral Bat Person.
No, you'd just be Bat Boy.
So, you're a witch and a skald?
Well, I was
Bard?
a barbarian. We all know this.
Is Vivian at the campfire now?
No, again, not using Vivian's voice.
He responded in voice. So
I also responded in voice. He's a barbarian, and he liked art and music, so that's where the bard part came in. And since there was a hybrid class, That's the Scald. So that's what I was going to use, where Thurskill was a magic barbarian. He's a bard barbarian, a bardbarian.
It's such a fun thing. It's been so used, but barbarian is just so fun.
It is. I love that.
So what are your levels?
1 witch, 3 barbarian. Scald, 3 Scald.
Man, Vivian's missing quite a conversation while she's cocooned away.
So Roderick has been listening to him talk, and he says, "So I have been through hell, almost literally, with the other two in the
Is
prison."
your mother
of
a demon too?
No.
Oh.
I'm talking about the prison, the dungeons of Harrowstone.
Oh, yes. Well, I haven't got the full story on that yet. I've heard bits and pieces of how terrible it was, and I know it killed my brother, but maybe we can talk,
You can hear Vivian rustle in her sleep, and she says, "You can just listen to the podcast at diebydepodcast.com."
Listen to episode 1 through
27.
27.
27. Oh, that's easy to binge.
So I think you and I could have some discussions about how your abilities could merge well with ours, because we've gotten used to fighting with each other, but bringing a new combatant into our team is going to take a little bit of adjustment.
So Zenobia has been in the shadows this whole time, just listening and quietly practicing.
Making shadows. Like
With
you
her
can see the
sword.
shadows in the firelight
Yeah.
as she moves around. Fire dancy.
And as that's going on, Roderick asks Renly, he says, "So, you're going with us to Lepidstadt. What after that?
I guess back to my tribe.
I suppose you have a lot to catch up on at home."
Well, Father will be cross that I didn't accompany Thurskill back, but I think this is important. It's important for the town, and it's important for you and his promise that he made.
Yes, and Thurskill was a part of the professor's will, so even though I don't know how interested you are in the monetary aspect, they're still fulfilling the professor's last wishes.
How much money would Thurskill get?
The sum was 100 platinum pieces each.
I think we've already told him this.
Yeah, but I probably forgot. We both probably forgot.
That's okay.
We're both a little scatterbrained.
It just seems to me that first night you were very aggressive and wanting revenge, and we talked about payment.
Oh,
And then you became very interested in
yeah, the revenge. No,
payment. You got interested in
I still
how
want
much
to
money-
flay those people alive.
They're gone. They were already dead. We've taken care of them.
No. The cult.
Has Zenobia approached the campfire now?
I don't know.
She's just yelling this from the woods.
They were already dead.
They're dead!
Dead.
I could do that.
So yes, the cult is going to pay. I'm going to rip off each of the toenails.
Oh, no. Wherever you're going with this description, we're stopping it now. Next day.
I didn't even get started.
Nope.
You should have seen what I was going to do with that
I'm
pole.
taking my headphones off. Because that means I can't hear you, even though we're still in the same room.
Bored now.
Yes, exactly.
We don't torture. We just kill.
I do both.
Well, we saw some of the evils that can result from torture when we were in the prison.
We don't do that.
Yes, we have all seen that, and we do not wish to recreate it.
It's very interesting.
I don't need help.
Well, you're your own man, and your own woman sometimes, I suppose. And I will not seek to control you, but we will have no part. However, this cult must be stopped.
Agreed.
It's very interesting to me that Vivian was asleep during all of this conversation.
Vivi
Because
wouldn't like any of it.
no, she'd be so distressed. So it's actually perfect that Noelle decided she should take a nap.
Zenobia is going to tell her everything.
And then he said...
Then he said,
She always does.
No way.
yeah,
Oh
yes
my
way.
goodness. We'll have to kill him.
I think so. I think it's going to come to that.
You're not going to want to kill
We
me
got
when
rid
I'm
of- we
plus
got rid
running
of-
all your weapons.
What?
Use your +1 weapons against you.
I never use up my weapon, so it's fine.
Oh, that's true.
Touche.
So, the next day,
Who said it's the next day?
Ooh,
Oh.
Who said it's the next day?
what's happening?
I don't know. So, you've had your fireside chats and people are sleeping. What is your watch situation?
The same as usual, except Vivian's clearly not taking first watch.
She'll take last watch.
She'll get last watch.
Mm-hmm.
So did you set up your best buddy in the world?
Oh yeah, that alarm stone. It's right in front of Roderick's tent.
So, who has the first watch?
Zenobia.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
17.
17? All right. So you do your couple of hours of watch. You know that you're alert and ready to see anything that's coming, but you get through your part of the watch uneventful. Who's got the next watch?
Roderick will go next.
All right.
Guaranteed to roll a natural 1.
Roderick, wake me at the end of your watch.
If you insist. Alright, I made my jokes, but that was a natural 18, so 26.
Very good. Right. So you get through your part of the watch. You're actually alert and seeing everything. You've got your best friend, the alarm stone, with you.
Oh, now I'm imagining companion cube.
Yeah, he's talking to it. He's painted little pink hearts on it. So nothing happens during Roderick's watch?
Nothing happens during Roderick's
I
watch.
feel like Gary's waiting for a fail.
It's Renly's turn.
And Roderick wakes up Zenobia as requested.
Does that mean she's not going to get enough sleep?
She will. She doesn't have to prepare spells, so that's less of an urgent.
And I'm going to sleep during your watch, but I'm not going to sleep during his.
I'm new.
Oh,
I'm brand new, and
She wants to be awake.
I see.
his-
I didn't know why you wanted to be awake. That's
I don't
funny.
trust him.
That's funny.
so Renly's watching.
Oh, jeez.
That's super cracked. Natural 20.
Oh,
All right. Well, while you are watching, you're looking around. You're paying so much attention that you can see the bugs on the trees moving around. You see this beautiful full moon above you.
uh-oh.
So with the bugs in the tree, the tattoo just every once in a while just pops off and grabs one.
The tattoo is hungry.
And you start to hear a rustling sound from outside the camp. And the rustling gets a little closer. And in the distance you hear howling. Same howling like you've heard before on your way out here. And with the natural 20, looking out toward the east into the woods, you can see a wolf-like creature dart across the woods. What do you do?
Do I see this also, Gary, since I'm awake?
What is your perception this time?
14.
You don't see the wolf dart across, but you do hear the rustling and the howling.
Zenobia,
I hear it.
I saw it. There's another one of those wolf creatures.
I'm waking up Roderick.
I kicked the stone.
And this ear-piercing shriek that can be heard for a mile goes off.
Zenobia just holds the bridge of her nose.
I'm alerting the whole camp.
Oh my gosh, that's
Well-
hilarious.
You know, it's actually a really good use of the tools that are at their disposal.
Everyone's awake.
Vivian is screaming. She's just like,
Everybody calm down.
Circle the wagons, y'all.
does Roderick hit the snooze button?
5
Yeah,
more
he-
minutes.
He emerges out, sword in hand, and calms down the stone. He's like, "What did you see? What's going on?"
He has to stone that?
Yes, the stone.
What did you see, companion?
Companion alarm stone. What can you tell me?
And since the alarm stone does not answer him, Zenobia says, heard a werewolf. Renly saw it dash across the plain from one side of the forest to the other.
I think we're being hunted.
Those monstrous creatures. There's no end to their savagery.
Well, there can be an end to them.
Vivian comes out of her tent in a new negligee.
Oh, what color is this one?
Black.
Oh, getting death-defying now.
It doesn't stain as easily as the pastels.
Fair point.
Yeah, but her dandruff shows up.
She does
She
not
does
have
not have
dandruff. How fucking dare you?
Holy spamoly, what a suggestion.
Vivian
Right,
stabs Roderick.
There's our one.
There's our one for the episode.
Vivian, go get your armor on.
And your conditioner.
There's no time. No, really, there's no time.
No time. All right, and we are rolling for initiative.
Bum bum.
So, we're in a little huddle, basically a 4-quadrant right now. The caravan group is about 10 feet away. They're they're definitely all awake now, freaking out.
Oh, absolutely.
And so the way we've got it set up now is we're all basically just looking in a direction. We're all kind of looking around.
Does the troop have any weapons?
They gave us their only weapon.
Yeah, they don't really have weapons. They have, I mean, there's probably like a machete or something like that to cut through difficult terrain.
They have tools and stuff.
They're not going to be in this battle.
They have kitchen equipment.
Yeah.
Basically.
They're not going to
basically.
be in this battle.
Okay.
They're not warriors. They have some tools that they can protect themselves with if need be, but they're not going to be very good at it.
Gary's not going to control 12 NPCs while we're fighting.
I'm good with that.
They're hoping we deal with it like we said we would.
Yes.
I will say, though, that the wolf boy is now howling back to the wolves as well.
Oh.
Quiet down, Junior.
So, I'm going to...
Well, hold on. Gary hasn't said
Sorry.
initiative. You don't know when you're going. You can't start yet.
It's my turn now.
I said
Here's
roll
our keys card.
I did say roll for initiative, but I don't know. Did everybody roll?
I did.
Okay.
I did. I don't like it. Do you want me to roll again?
No.
Okay.
Ridley,
12.
12. Vivian,
4.
4.
Yeah.
Zenobia,
21.
nice.
Oh, so she probably was right about going first.
And Roderick,
Roderick is an 18.
18.
You know, I'm reading Effortless Armor again, and I realized I think I tried to use it on Zenobia last time. It's a personal spell.
Well, it didn't help me anyway, I don't think. Or where it would have helped me was irrelevant.
Yeah, I think we changed our mind because it didn't actually help.
Yeah. All right, Zenobia, you are up first.
Do I see it? So, let me state at this point, since it's not in the camp, I've got my bow with a silver-tipped arrow
Okay.
knocked. And I'm looking. I'm holding my action until I see it.
All right. So you're readying to fire if you see one.
Or are you delaying?
If I see motion, I'm going to delay until I see motion. Can I do this?
Yeah. And
Well-
because if you delay, you can study and then fire.
Do you want to say motion? That's a pretty wide thing. Until
So
Until I see something wolf-like moving in the distance.
So essentially,
Until
you
or
want
less.
You want to delay your action as opposed to readying. Like as soon as I see movement out of the trees, I'm firing. You want to delay until you see what it is. All that. So
Here's the question. When you see something, do you want to have a chance to attack it before it attacks you?
Of course.
Okay, then you would be readying to fire.
Okay, so I can either ready an action or delay my action, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So if I ready an action, that means as I have to say, if I see something jumping at me, I'm going to fire my arrow immediately.
Right. You have to set a specific trigger for a readied action to go off, or you can delay your action, which means you wait and you can insert yourself whenever you want.
And the benefit to doing that is you get your
I get-
entire turn.
And by entire turn, you mean I get to study instead of losing that.
Correct.
Correct. Because you can only ready as a standard or a move action.
Correct.
I think I want the ability to study.
All right. So you
So,
are delaying
I am
your action.
delaying my action.
All right, very good. So next up is these creatures' turn. Just to set an idea of where you guys are, you are on a pathway through a forested area. This is the Shutterwood that Roderick would know because this is on the way to Lepidstadt. So you've basically got like a 20-foot wide clearing that goes through the stretch, and that's what you're traveling through with the caravan. Caravan on one side along the tree line, and then you guys set up your tent on the opposite tree line, so you have some space between the two of you. So you have two separate little mini camps there. So the one that Renly saw was on the east side of the woods, so closer to the Crooked Ken's caravan as he was scanning around. And as he's looking that way, coming still from the east, but from the other side of the trees, darts a wolf toward the group. So that one is going to start closing in. So it looks like Roderick is the closest one to make a direct line to. He closes in on Roderick, and he's got enough movement to make it to him in this round. So he's going to get up right up to Roderick and try to bite.
Nom nom nom.
I always roll so poorly with these damn werewolves.
I feel really bad for you, Gary.
Me too. That's a lie.
That is a 7.
Yes.
That'll miss.
I really do feel bad for
Wait,
you.
is it against touch?
No.
I really do feel a little bad for you.
Well, kind of how that one came from that corner The one diagonally across from the one that cut in, coming from the west. So a second one crosses in and cuts to, is that Renly there?
Yeah.
That's Renly.
So essentially, as Renly is facing the other direction, the one is trying to come in from behind. There's no facing a Pathfinder. So
Yeah, I gotcha.
You can see it. But
The wolves are creating an X.
basically, flavor-wise, it's crossing in from that side and will try to bite at Renly. 12.
No.
I roll so poorly as a team werewolves. The other two have crossbows and will fire in. One will fire at Vivian, and one will fire at Zenobia.
That's so rude.
Do I get to take my turn?
At this point, you would go after them because you didn't ready the action.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the trade-off. Is you get your full turn, but you're just immediately after.
I'm studying now this one with.
Well, on your turn, yeah.
On my turn.
Once it's your turn,
Yeah.
you can study.
All right.
But yeah, after they fire, I will then add you into that initiative. All right, the one firing at Vivian, 15.
Hits.
15 hits.
Because she's not wearing armor.
7 points of damage as you're hit with an arrow, or crossbow bolt, rather.
You rolled high.
Yeah, 7 on a d8. All right, and the one,
She's so happy that she bought a black negligee.
that'll be black and red.
Yep. It's got red feathers on it.
Basically, she should just stop wearing these negligees because she gets blood on them every time.
She's just gonna start sleeping naked.
Roderick, can you cast that spell again?
Okay, the one firing at Zenobia, 9.
Misses.
Why did you hit me?
I didn't think that would hit. I rolled an 11. That's the highest I've rolled so far.
So rude.
All right. So that was their turn. Okay, Zenobia, your turn now.
Let me make sure I understand this.
Mhm.
I have my delayed turn, and then do I go right into my
No.
the next
It
part
is your
turn?
turn.
No, what-
This is still the same round that you've delayed. So essentially what you've done is you've elected to not go first in the initiative. You're going after them.
Right, so then I will do this, and then initiative, we go to the top of the round, and I'm...
No.
No, you are
permanently
you
moved in
have now
initiative.
moved to this point.
You have sacrificed your chance to go first.
I did not understand that part, but I will remember that for next time. It does not matter.
It would do the same thing if you were readying, except the difference is this time you would go after them. If you ready, you go before them, but it would still change your initiative order.
And it was still the right choice because you couldn't see anything when it was
Yeah.
your turn. So
Right.
Yeah, because I can't just be firing into the woods. It does not make sense to fire into the woods. Okay, so I'm going to go after him with my longbow and the silver-tipped arrow.
And you are studying him, right?
And I am studying him.
Yay.
Okay, and that was the one that fired at you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will call him Fori.
4 1 2 3 4.
Exactly.
Got it. 20.
20 will miss.
20 will miss.
Yes,
Goodness gracious.
they are in their hybrid form, which makes it harder for
I'm
to
sorry.
hit them.
21.
Still misses.
All right.
They're in the hybrid born what?
Hybrid form makes it harder to hit. It's kind of, it's like Hobbs when he shifts into his hybrid form.
They get a natural armor bonus.
Yeah.
You're barbarian.
Yes, I play in another campaign, I play a moon-cursed barbarian, so he can shape change into a tiger. And he has a hybrid form. He could be partially in tiger form, but still wield weapons.
Terrifying.
He does
So
lots
it's
of damage.
tiger form with opposable thumbs.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite terrifying.
It's Tony the tiger.
Yep. Much more angry, though. And he wields a great axe.
Well, I gotta hope for a higher roll next time then, I guess. Damn it, that felt really good, but it didn't hit.
Welcome to my life.
All right, next up is Roderick.
Speaking of which, so Roderick is going to spend an arcane pull point to magically enhance his keen longsword, and then he's going to activate his spell combat ability, and he's going to attack first.
Okay.
Do. That is pretty good, but that's a 19, so I imagine it'll miss.
That will miss.
Right, but he's going to step back and cast shield on himself.
Okay. Roderick is shielded. Renly.
Oh, and real quick, I think Vivian is the only person without her armor on, because Zenobia was awake, so she had her armor on. Renly was awake, he had his armor on, and Roderick wears light armor so he can sleep in it. So, sucks for you, Vivian.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so Renly can't fly up like he would normally do. Because A, he's not raging. B, that would do an attack of opportunity, correct?
He is threatened.
Yeah. So what he's going to do, I mean, he was on guard duty, so he has his halberd in his hand. So he's just going to take a swipe with his halberd. Halberd?
Halberd.
Halliburton.
Alberta, Canada.
Hollowbread.
Yes, his halibut. He's going to swing at this little wolf man that's beside him. Not going to do it. If they have that magic armor, 14.
14 will not hit. Sounds like we're all rolling relatively
And then,
low.
5 foot step away.
5 foot step.
I mean, I rolled a natural 14 and that didn't hit, so.
Yeah. So now you've made a nice line.
For their breath weapons.
They could be winter wolves.
They're not, are they?
No.
Good.
But they could be. But they would be really warm down here. Right. Vivian, you are up next.
Vivian, stinging from her wound, is going to touch Roderick on the shoulder, and she's still waking up. That's like the worst way to wake up ever. It's like there's all this screaming, and now there's wolves attacking, and she touches Roderick on the shoulder, and she's just like, Roderick, please help, and casts Bit of Luck.
Bit of luck on Roderick.
Yay.
Okay.
Oh, and then she's going to move into... There's a nice 5 foot square... Oh, I don't know. It's so hard. I was about to move her in between Roderick and Thurskill, but that also means she's right between the wolves.
Also Thurskill's dead.
Oh, R.I.P. Renly.
It'll be a few episodes, I'm sure.
Okay, so she's actually not going to move. She's going to whimper. She's going to stay where she is and whimper.
Move, action, whimper.
Mm-hmm.
Move, action, whimper. Okay. Back to the top of the round with the wolves. So one will 5 foot step up to Brenly. The other one will 5 foot step to Roderick. Bites on both.
Those teeth.
4 against Renly. 11 against Roderick.
He's so excited. I mean, we're rolling 19s and missing, so...
He's about to natural 20 on Vivian, though.
Yeah. The other two will still fire their crossbows from a distance. Against Zenobia, 18.
Misses.
And then against Vivian,
Gonna hit. I guarantee it.
16.
Hits.
Just because you're not wearing armor.
That would miss if she had her armor on.
Because that was a natural
No.
12.
It's my AC is 17.
With your armor? Your new armor?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And
I'm dexterous.
I rolled max damage, so 8 points.
Vivian's just taking a beating.
She just got crossbow bolts sticking out of her. She's just like, oh.
She was very much thinking ahead with that black negligee.
At least this time you're symmetrical. There's one on each side.
Matching holes.
Alright, that was the 4 of them. Zenobia.
I'm going to take a 5 foot step so that I'm not threatened, and I'm going to fire at the one that fired at me,
Alright,
which is a studied character.
That wolf creeping up behind you.
sounds good.
Natural 20.
Oh my
There we
goodness,
go.
That's what we need.
Roll to confirm.
What do I have to roll to confirm?
You just have to hit it.
Another natural 20.
That would help.
I think that's going to confirm.
Yeah, I don't think you have a plus 11 to hit.
So it's a 20.
20 does not confirm, but it is a definite hit.
Yay.
Yay, definite hit.
You're still using silver-tipped arrows, correct?
Yep.
That would have been so cool.
And thank goodness we upgraded to that composite longbow, and it's steady.
Yeah.
So you're doing decent damage to it.
So my damage for this is 1d8 plus. So that's 6 plus 2 is 8 plus 1 for the study is 9.
9 points of damage.
Yes.
Very good. That hurt it pretty bad. It's still standing, but it was hurt.
Sure you felt that.
You hear a yelp. From this one.
It's like when you kick a dog.
Oh. Richard doesn't kick dogs, for the record.
All right, Roderick.
So with this bit of luck, I'm gonna take the risk. I'm gonna spell combat, spell strike. I used up most of my spells yesterday, so I didn't expect a middle of the night combat. So we're just going with Brand.
I like Brand. That's a real mean one.
Decent bonus to this. All right, natural 18, so I passed the concentration check. So I cast Brand for spell strike.
Okay.
And one more thing Roderick is going to do is he's going to spend a swift action to spend an arcane pull point to add arcane accuracy to his attacks, which adds an additional +3 to
Cool.
hit. Really want to hit the sucker. Attack 1. Natural 14, but that's higher this time. That is a 22.
22 hits.
Yay.
And which one is this on? That's
This is on the one that was attacking Renly.
one attack and carry the one.
He's not carried the one yet.
That's 15 points of damage.
Wow.
Yes.
15 points of damage.
My goodness.
Still standing, but that hurt
That's a crispy
lot.
wolf.
Second attack.
Oh, second attack.
Natural 18, critical threat.
Wow.
Love
2 rolls to confirm. Natural 17 to confirm, so that's higher than my 22.
Real quick, this
Not silver.
not silver.
25 to confirm.
That is a confirm.
So that's a crit?
Is it confirmed crit? Oh yeah, I need a card.
Yay.
Crit card.
All right. So this critical is called Sapping Slash.
Ooh.
Double damage and target is fatigued.
Wonder if that double damage will just kill it.
Let's hope. Could make it really fatigued.
Nice. All right, hold on. I'm going to do some math.
Gonna ask Biv?
I can help.
So that is a total of 23 points of damage.
My goodness.
3.
Not silver?
Not silver.
Not silver.
So it is still standing.
Oh, jeez.
Only because it's not silver.
I would hope so.
Still, it looked really effective.
Oh, he's hurt. He's definitely hurt. He is now
excellent.
fatigued.
See, that's how that's supposed to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good, Richard. Maybe you just need to be sleep deprived. Roderick just needs to be sleep deprived to really be focused.
Aren't you guys glad I woke up to take a second shift?
We
Right?
absolutely are, because you're in your armor. And just to finish off his turn, he's going to take a 5-foot step to try to guard Vivian a little bit.
Oh, that's nice.
Aww.
Okay. Next up is Renly.
Okay, Renly is going to take that attack of opportunity because he doesn't feel like he can really do any damage right now with his little halberd.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to start his raging song.
Okay.
Do you want to just take a 5-foot step?
But can you take a 5-foot step then fly up?
I have a question. Do you have to fly to rage?
No, but it's so dramatic. I guess, okay, you know what? Fair enough. So I will take my 5-foot step.
He's so salty though. Take a 5-foot step and rage and not get hit.
Yeah, and I will start my raging song. So all y'all get a +1 to your weapons. Magical +1.
And Roderick...
This is to hit and to
Damage, yeah.
damage.
And Roderick is seeing, like, the same effect he already put on his own sword, applying again and further enhancing it, and also affecting everybody else's. And he might be a little jealous.
All right. While he's doing the raging song, he's also going to draw his silver chakram. He's going to, take his, since it's a two-handed weapon, he's just going to take off his dominant hand, and it's going to be in his left, and he's going to pull out the chakram, his little silver halo, for the next round.
So he has his pole arm in his left hand, just ready to grab again when he needs it.
Yep.
And your chakram is silver?
Yes.
Excellent.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
I can't do anything else.
Vivian.
So, seeing how successful that bit of luck was for Roderick with the wolf, she's just, she's, while holding in her spleen, she's also like, oh, Roderick, that was wonderful, do it again. And she gives him bit of luck again.
All right. Bit of luck to Roderick again. Anything else?
No, she's fine. There's wolves surrounding her on almost all sides, so she's just gonna hang out where she is.
She pulled the bolts out of herself.
Hang out where she is.
That sounds like a full round action.
She's wondering what she's gonna do next turn because she's out of bit of luck.
Da da da.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's it.
Okay. Back to the wolves. So, wolf number 1 is going to try that bite again on Roderick. He's trying.
This is the one that's super hurt.
He's probably really mad about it.
Good roll?
8.
No, sir.
The other one is gonna...
Needs to move up. Gonna move up to Roderick or Vivian.
Mm-hmm.
Or Renly.
Renly's... Yeah, that's true. I keep thinking that Renly is flying.
Yeah.
Not yet.
How mad is it about the singing?
It's not hurting his ears yet.
A beautiful instrument. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but how's your voice?
That is my instrument.
It's going to step up to Roderick, and as it's moving up, it's going to draw a longsword.
Oh, it's in hybrid form. I was imagining wolf.
Yeah, I thought it was just a wolf.
Oh, well, that helps me know my action. I forgot that they were hybrid. I didn't know he had a weapon. Well, I guess he wasn't holding it. I'm done talking. What'd you roll?
10.
That's a miss.
Mm-hmm. All right. One is going to fire at Zenobia again. 6.
Nope.
And the last one will fire at Vivian yet again.
Guaranteed to hit.
Guaranteed.
No, not necessarily. 7.
Miss! Yay!
She lives another round. I think that's a neat thing that balances out these characters. Like, I know you're rolling low, but it's clear that they don't have an insane 2-hit bonus.
Yeah.
So that, balances out their ridiculous AC. That their 2-hit isn't that high.
Yeah.
Because they're stupid animals.
Zenobia, you're up next.
Alrighty. So, I'm going to... Brave Red. Desna. 15.
15 will miss.
I was firing again at the same one.
Yes. Just didn't roll very well that time.
It happens. Alrighty. Roderick.
Oh, and I'm going to 5-foot step so that I'm,
5 step toward the other one.
yes, flanking at the moment.
She takes a 5-foot step into a flanking position with the one that Roderick's currently fighting.
Yes.
But it is Roderick's turn now.
Alright, it's Roderick's turn. He has a bit of luck again, so he's going to try the same maneuver. Spell combat, roll a concentration check. Natural 16, so that's a pass. Brand again. And this time, he has the +1 enhancement from the Rage Song from his new friend Renly,
Mm-hmm.
which makes his weapon a +3 enhancement, which will bypass the silver damage reduction this time.
Indeed.
Very cool.
Alright, so the one that's super hurt that Zenobia just moved to flank, he's not going to be attacking that one. He's going to attack the other one that's immediately next to it that has not taken any damage yet.
Alright. 3-fer. Got it.
Attack number 1. That's a natural 4 and a natural 3, so we'll just try again.
Okay.
Attack number 2. A natural 2 and a natural 3.
Oh, Roderick.
Oh.
Yeah, that was too much success.
He's back, y'all.
I don't know why you hate me so much. That was too much success for the last turn, so wasn't allowed to repeat that.
Evidently not.
Sorry, Vivian, didn't mean to waste your power.
So maybe the bad rolling has moved back to you, and I can get my good rolling back.
No, that is
Let's
not
hope
what's
not.
happening.
I don't want that
Nope,
to happen.
nope.
But I do. This whole not rolling above a 11 is killing me.
Well, I just rolled
It's
4.
not killing us. So.
I just rolled 4 d20s and didn't roll above a 4.
Ridley, it is your turn.
Renly is going to step to the side, and during his raging song, he's going to hit this chord. It's going to be a chord of shards.
Ooh,
I
that
love
sounds
this
cool.
spell.
What does that do?
So, chord of shards is during the performance. I can strike a chord, but I don't know how you do that with your voice. But anyway, strike a chord whose notes transform into a shower of razor-sharp crystalline shards. These shards deal 2d6 of piercing damage to all creatures caught in the area effect. There is a reflex save. We'll negate it. So, give me a reflex save. Give me a reflex. Give me a reflex. I need a bondulance. Call a
How? Philip broke. I think he's trying to say give him a reflex.
Give me a reflex save.
Okay, so that's 2 reflex saves,
Yes, sir.
and that's for number 3 and number 1.
So Philip has moved Renly in a perfect position so that he can get both of the wolves that are in melee without hitting any of his allies.
Because it's a cone.
Yeah, it's a small cone, so it's just at the border of his allies.
And if we're ever saying cone, it's like area of effect. Cone-shaped.
Yes, a cone-shaped area of effect.
Similar to Dragon Breath.
It's a natural 20 for 1 reflex save.
Fail.
And then for number 3, natural 1.
Pass. Oh, wait, no, I got that backwards. Okay, so that is... Oh, it's just 2d6. It is 9 points of piercing damage to full, and 4 or 5. I'm going to say 5.
I'm pretty sure
That's
it's
funny
4.
because it's 4.
Well, I thought you said it negated it. Did you say?
Oh, you know what? Reflex does negate. Reflex
So no
negates.
damage.
No half.
So 1 is perfectly fine, and 3 takes, you said 9?
9 points of piercing. Of magical piercing damage.
That did hurt the wolf's ears that time.
Yes, he was not happy with that. In fact, he will tell you how much he was not happy about that.
By howling.
Yes, he harmonizes with the chord. Okay, so that was an exciting turn.
Yeah.
Vivian.
Vivian, seeing that Roderick did so poorly on that last round and is bleeding profusely, is getting a little mad, a little cranky. She was woken up, covered in blood again, and you see she looks at Roderick and she's just like, Roderick, I need you to finish these off. and you can see a little bit of like spark in her eyes, like fire in her eyes, and she grabs the hilt, like she grabs her hand, grabs the hilt of your weapon, and you kind of see this fire like shoot from her hand and is now covering the blade of your sword as she casts Sun Metal.
I've never heard of that. What does that do?
It ignites your weapon into flames that do not hurt the weapon or the wielder, but damages those hit by the weapon. So as you use this weapon, or as you use your weapon with this spell cast, it'll deal an additional 1d4 points of fire damage.
Nice.
And this will last for 4 rounds.
Nifty.
That's a great spell. We haven't seen this yet.
Nope.
All you gotta do is hit.
Yeah, that's all I gotta do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one caveat.
So they're just fine.
Nothing to worry about.
And Vivian's going to take a 5-foot step back, closer to crossbow guy, but out of range of the bite.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, back to the wolves.
I'm the only one that's taken damage, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that wolf over there.
Okay, then
You're the only one of the party
Yeah.
who's taken damage.
wolves, with the exception of the wolves.
Okay, so Wolf 1 is going to try to bite Roderick. 13.
That'll miss.
Wolf 3 is going to swing the sword at Roderick. 20.
That will hit.
Not natural.
Good job, Gary.
Not natural.
Gary got so excited. Threw his hands up in the air.
For 8 points of damage.
Ouch.
Remember that question you just asked, Vivian? Well, the answer's different now.
New answer.
New answer.
Erase the bubble.
It is. Number 2 is going to fire his crossbow at Vivian because she's still just right there in front.
And he's been pretty successful so far.
Yeah. I wonder what he feels about that. Like, she's just not getting out of the way.
It's like, easy target. Do I keep firing?
This is a trick.
She's right there. Maybe if I fire to the side. No? Maybe?
It's that aim thing where, like, you're a little off.
Because you're standing right there in front. You haven't really moved.
Mm-hmm.
And so he rolls a 7.
Oh, good. Good.
That was good, Gary.
It was a crooked bolt. Crooked bolt.
Yeah, he psyched himself out.
He did.
He saw her butt.
And then number 4 over there is going to drop his crossbow and non-mechanically charge in while drawing his sword against Zenobia. 11.
And that doesn't work out so well for him.
Even though he's flanking. We got like checkers going on right here. We've got our unit, their unit, our unit, their unit, all in a perfect four-person flank diagonally.
Wouldn't work for Connect 4, though.
No.
Pretty sneaky, sis.
Zenobia, your turn.
Has he reached me?
Yes.
So I'm going to drop the bow and quick draw my... what's that cool dagger I have? The humanoid shape-changing Bane dagger.
Was that a +1?
It is a +1
So
weapon.
now it's a
+1
+2.
weapon. And now, even
It's a-
better,
yeah.
it's a +3.
I think you're
3.
gonna...
Yeah, it's +3 when used against the appropriate Bane target.
But does it mean +4?
No.
Oh.
It adds
I think you're gonna need to give that dagger a name, because that is way too much to say.
We'll name it after this battle.
Call it Jim.
Slim Jim.
All
Slim
right.
Jim, that's good.
All right.
Wolfbane, obviously.
You're right.
Yeah, that's not wrong.
Hero card.
No.
15.
15 will
Enough
miss.
to hit.
You're used to swinging, not stabbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a new weapon. You didn't practice with this one in the dark.
I don't know what I was practicing with.
You were practicing with not this. I can tell.
Yes. Well, obviously, whatever practice I put in didn't help.
You feel it would have hit other targets, just not this one.
Not this one, yeah.
Wow, Gary, that was deep.
I'm trying.
Oh, and yeah, never mind. I didn't.
Are you gonna
hit,
move?
so yes. I'm going to take a 5-foot step, I don't know, some direction, so I'm no longer flanked by the 2 wolves.
Yeah, and wolf number 1 and 4
Yes.
being rude.
Yes, they are.
1 and 4. Doing what wolves do. These wolves, anyway. Okay, Roderick, you're up next.
All right, with that bit of luck, I'm feeling a little less confident on that concentration check.
But you have a flaming sword.
I do have a flaming sword, so he's still going to use it. So I'm still going to activate spell combat. So the first thing I'm going to do is take a strike with the spell combat penalty. 17 ain't going to do it, is it?
No, it is not.
Okay. But he's going to take a 5-foot step back, and with the remainder of spell combat, fire a magic missile at the one that he already hit.
Okay.
And that's 2 magic missiles to be precise.
This is the really weak wolf you're hitting at.
Yes, this is the one that already took damage. That's 5 points of force damage.
5 points of force damage. That goes through, and you have a dead wolf.
Yay!
Finally. Wow. Excellent, Roderick.
One
Spells that don't have attack rolls.
down.
I love him.
1 down, 3 to go.
Oh, jeez.
Do you move?
He already
I
did.
did
Okay,
to do the
sorry.
spell.
I wasn't paying attention.
Renly.
Renly has a hoarse voice. Can no longer sing.
Did you run out of rounds?
I ran out of rounds.
Dude.
Bum, 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 bum.
But he still has his silver chakram, so he's going to...
Chakraman?
he's going to chakram in the face.
I love this weapon.
That one in the middle.
It's this weapon named Chakram Khan.
Oh. And it misses.
Your joke killed his die.
Then I did my job.
That's 4 plus... That's 9. That's not going to do it.
9 definitely will not do it. Okay. Chakram thrown and missed. Vivian.
Vivian is going to cast Daze on wolf number 3. This is the one that's nearest to Roderick that he couldn't hit with the broadside of a barn.
Okay.
I don't know how that
With the
phrase
broadside of his sword.
Well,
I'm swinging around a barn.
well, so is the wolf. So
Yeah, this is a mutual relationship.
goes. The broadside of a broadsword. So give me a will save.
wheel save. Wheel Wheaton. 18.
That passes. So you're fine.
Shakes off the daze.
Was not impressed by her butt.
Yeah. He wasn't. She looks beautiful because this is from her alluring trait.
Right.
She looks beautiful, but maybe he just wasn't feeling the blood thing right now.
She has a bolt sticking out of her butt.
Well, normally he's into the blood thing because he's a werewolf.
Yeah.
But he's into dudes.
Oh.
So this one just didn't.
So I was going to say, her bosom should be heaving at this point.
Probably would have worked on the other one.
Probably.
That's all she does.
All right then. Back to the wolves. So wolf number 3
Who just shook off the days.
just shook off the daze.
He might be feeling a little bit concerned right now because he's completely surrounded.
He is. He's got 4 targets he could go for. So I'm going to roll a d4 and see who he attacks. 1 is Roderick, 2 Zenobia, 3 Renly, 4 Vivian. 4.
Of course it is.
So he's going to come after you since you just tried to daze him. Natural 20.
That hits.
Yeah. Now the
You were
question
due.
is, was this with the bite or was this with the sword?
Well, that's up to you.
It is. I kind of want to do the bite.
He wouldn't bite me because he's not into girls. He would just murder me because that's what he does with girls. I don't know.
I'll do it this way. I'll roll a D100. Above 50, it's a bite. Below 50, it's the sword. Does that sound fair?
Yeah,
Yeah,
since
man.
you didn't declare. That sounds good. Maybe you should declare next time.
Gary.
I should, but I didn't think about it. 31 was
That
the
is
sword.
the sword.
Good.
It was sitting on a 70, and it flipped over to the 30th last second.
So you're going to confirm it?
I'm rolling that now. Well, it's probably going to confirm anyway. Maybe not. 14?
That's a hit.
Oh,
Yeah, she doesn't have armor on.
She's a very fleshy target.
I forgot how low your AC is without the armor.
It's 11, isn't it?
10 plus dex.
So, as he swings the sword, that is 17 points of damage.
Oofta.
You still up?
Yeah.
Are you shaken?
Ooh, she is beyond shaken.
She's probably really low.
Vivian a bit hurt now.
I would say more than a bit.
Well, alright then.
Gotta get that natural 20, Gary.
Number 4 will move up to Zenobia with the sword. 14.
Miss.
Alright. Wolf number 4 is going to keep doing what he's been doing and firing at Vivian. And miss, because that is an 8.
Ooh. That
She's
could
looking a little rough.
That would have taken me down. Would have taken me down. I guarantee it.
Alright, Zenobia.
I'm going to go after the one who's trying to hit me with the sword using the...
This is the one you're
Wolfbane.
studied, right?
Yes.
Stabby, stabby.
We've really moved around this map a lot. Had a little dance.
24.
That's a hit.
Thank goodness.
Thank you. So that is 1d4 plus 5, because it's against a shape changer, plus 2d6. So let's do the 1d4, which I always want to be something else. Yes.
You say that about every single one of your damage die.
They all need
I know.
to be.
I always want them to be bigger. Yeah. So 1d4, 7 points of damage from the d4. And then 2d6.
Bane is so much fun.
Yes. And there's nothing added to the...
No, it's just the 2d6 added on.
So 6, 7, 8.
8 points of damage?
8 points of damage on the d6 roll.
So 7 plus 8 is 15.
Yes.
And that'll all go through because the plus 3.
15 points of damage. You have another dead wolf.
Yay!
Yes.
Good job.
Okay. Roderick.
Alright, Roderick is currently 10 feet away from his target, which is perfect because that means he can cast Brand without having to roll concentration. So, spell combat, cast Brand, 5-foot step towards his target, 2 attacks. Natural 19 for a critical threat.
Ooh.
That's not gonna do it. It's an 18 to confirm.
Not a confirm, but it is a hit.
Still a hit.
And don't forget you got 1d4 fire damage as well.
That's right, I'll add that on. So that's 9 points of physical damage with the weapon, which is no longer considered silver because the rage stopped.
So no damage with the weapon.
But 3 points of fire.
3 points of fire.
And then a second attack with the spell.
Excellent.
The 21 hit?
Regular AC?
Yes.
No, it does not.
Boo.
Jeez.
It's a natural 14, y'all.
So you can hit.
Can he? Can he?
So the only damage that went through was the fire?
Yes.
Jeez. Gotta put that spell on.
Renly.
So he is going to spend his last spell, Scald spell of the day, and call back his Silver Chakram. So it gets back in his hand, and he's going to wait till he can throw it.
All right. So
This is a very up and down combat.
it is.
TR10, that's absurd.
It is. DR10 silver.
Jeez.
Vivian.
Vivian is going to take a 5-foot step back out of range of Nick bites some wolf, even though he didn't bite her.
Biting McBite, please.
And she is going to cast Cure Moderate on herself. Boink. Because she is very low. Ooh. That's pretty good. 11 points of healing.
Nice. Not dead yet. Alright, so Vivian has moved. She's healed herself, so she's not as close to death. Next up, we're back to the wolves. Wolf number 3 there.
It's just burned by Roderick.
Just burned by Roderick.
Doesn't want to go after Vivian at all.
Well, Roderick is right beside him. So he's going to try with that sword of his. 18.
That hits exactly.
Oh.
7 points of damage. Minimum damage.
Yikes.
Werewolf number 3 is going to fire his crossbow at Roderick.
What did I do?
Natural 20.
Ah, come on.
Roll to confirm. That is an 18 to confirm.
Hits exactly.
Can you imagine if he had chosen to hit Vivian and not Roderick? She'd be dead.
That'd be worse.
That's crazy.
So, the interesting that happens here, as wolf number 2 fires the crossbow is such a sure shot that it is going straight for Roderick's forehead.
Oh.
And it looks like it's about to hit right between the eyes, when out of nowhere, another wolf comes running out of the woods very quickly and snatches the arrow out of the air.
What?
And stops it just before it hits Roderick and yells out, "Enough!" And he turns and looks at Roderick. And Roderick is looking into a set of eyes he has not seen since he was a child. They are the same eyes of his father.
What?
And he runs off into the woods, the other wolves trailing with him. And we'll see you next week.
What?
Roderick didn't react because it wasn't his turn.
So does that mean he stole his father's eyes and was wearing them?